Sup Slayers? Today's video is going to be a play-by-play commentary of my recent RE3 Remake no-hit run. It's single segmented and no saves, done on the standard difficulty.
This pandemic has spread faster than any disease in modern history.
Angry mobs roam the city.
This run, I got it around 10 days after the game was released, which I'm pretty proud of. And I would say, like, from the moment I started the challenge run till the day I got it, it basically took me a week. So yeah, started the challenge runs 3 days after, and then 7 days later I got the run.
Who could that be?
Before we talk about the run, I'm gonna try my best to like talk about every single specific thing. Though there's moments that, you know, there might not be too much to talk about. But before I start to talk about it, shout outs to Carcinogen SDA for his version of the damage run. He actually did a segmented no damage in standard, and after I did my own route, I took his route to see how I could improve upon mine, and that's how I started polishing my run bit by bit. And the rest was fine-tuned to my playstyle, basically. So shout outs to him and for the other speedrunners also that do an amazing job on RE3. Granted, I didn't saw much of the speedrunners. I saw a couple of the boss fights, but the thing is, the speedrunners I was watching, they were just doing Inferno. It's because Inferno is actually a thing. Like Inferno speedrun is actually a thing.
I don't know. One fucked up thing always leads to another. It's like Arclay on steroids.
But I can't deny that I there's things that made a lot of sense to me when I watched it. I think I paused it here because I had to restart my stream. No, I did not. No. Usually if I restart my stream, I gotta like stop recording with something else. Yeah, you're also gonna see like random moments I stop is because this is done on stream, which means that, you know, I don't even know if I actually pull in like something from a website or something that I was watching on stream. The time that took me to finish this run is around 2 hours and I think 13 minutes, I think it was. Not too shabby for a guy who likes to play it pretty safe. Not too shabby. The beginning of this part is actually pretty standard. Not too much happening. I did learn from speedrunner right there. You saw that I didn't get staggered. I think I didn't get staggered. I'm pretty sure I didn't get staggered. By moving to the right, you actually don't get staggered by the... It's pretty much like a scripted stagger, but if you actually move to the right, then you can avoid it.
The parking garage isn't far. I can take it.
So the rules for no hit. Give me a second. Let me bring it up right now. Okay, so this is gonna be the first zombie encounter. Before I say the rules, this is the first zombie encounter. I usually wait till he does that like the moment where he moves pretty fast, like forward. He always gonna do that, so I always wait for him to do that. To shoot. And then I keep shooting on him until I get a stagger, and then I proceed to move forward. So, for those of you guys who are wondering, Give me a second. This part is so cool, dude. I think I actually stop it here, though. One thing I gotta say, Nemesis is a boss, like a literal boss. I like how he moves. I like how he like cutscene wise, how he looks and everything is really well done. What a badass. God damn. What a badass. So anyways, the rules for no hits, and yes, there are rules as opposed to like no damage run. No damage run is basically
Hey, what do you know about that monster?
get through the whole game without losing a single ounce of health.
It's no zombie.
In the hit run, depending on where the damage,
Don't you like that?
depending on the source of the damage,
No thanks.
it counts as a hit or it will not count as a hit. So it's in a sense it's a bit more complicated. But what I like about that is there's a noticeable difference between both of them, right? Which I really enjoy, because the strats tend to be different between no damage and no hit, right? So yeah. Anyways, the rules for it is like direct damage from an enemy counts as a hit. Enemy grab counts as a hit, including even including grabs that won't do damage counts as a hit. Staggers from enemies also count as a hit,
Alright.
including AoE, as long as the stagger is directed from enemy. Also, any form of CC, almost any form of CC count as a hit. Then we also have staggers from your equipment do not count as a hit, and also self damage doesn't count as a hit either. Any sort of way for you to take damage on your own doesn't count as a hit. Environmental damage, it doesn't count as a hit either. And then any dead enemies that sort of like lean on you after you kill them doesn't count as a hit either. It's a dead enemy. It's not an active zombie. The other thing is like like traps triggered by players also count as a hit, but only in the case of Resident Evil Remake 3, the barrels, as long as they don't do any damage to me, then I don't count as a hit, because you sort of like get staggered, a stagger animation every time you blow a barrel. I decided to not count that as a hit. I could avoid it pretty easily, because it's avoidable pretty easily. Like there's very little barrels that I actually blow up. I mean, there's only 3 barrels that I end up blowing up, and all 3 of them are really easy to avoid, but I decided not to. I shoot that there, so I can electrocute these 3 guys and then just pass through. Sometimes one of them, like the last zombie, will not be in range for that. So you probably have to like play with them around until they get close to that little electricity box or whatever they call it. And then these guys, I'm waiting for the one on the back to actually get close so I can kill them all. I try to kill the first zombie, I try to drop the first zombie. Usually he drops in 3 hits in the head. I don't shoot him immediately. I actually wait for him to walk a little bit closer, because there's no threat yet. The zombie on the left, which is a female zombie, takes a little bit of time for her to get up and shoot. I mean, and grab you. So I let the other zombie walk a little bit further, so I make sure he's in range for the barrel when I explode it. And then, like I said already, I wait for the guy on the back to just get close, be in range, and I kill all 4 of them. These zombies, they also do the animation even though they're like not dead. So if you see like no part of their body twitching, then that means they're dead. But if you see some of, like if you hit their legs and their heads like twitch, then they're definitely alive. So when you see them doing the animation, it's always good to like double check and just hit them again to see if they're alive or not. This on zombie I passed. I figured that if I do this like very smooth here, I will be able to get past him and not have to shoot him. It's been fairly consistent to me. What I do is that he's like right now he was like on the right side. If you see him in the window or close to the door, then you just wait for him to enter and you shoot him. But if not, you could just, you know, stay on the left side and just run through. You'll be fine. I noticed some of the zombies actually drop the amount of headshots needed to make them drop varies. This guy, I think he drops like in 5, whereas there's zombies that I've seen that drop in 3, 4, you know. This guy particularly, I think he drops in 4 to 5, and you still gotta shoot it a couple times to kill him. The combination for this part here is 937 if I'm not mistaken. Also have in mind the way I'm actually like collecting the items, and then some of them I'm not mixing them yet. Some of the powders I'm not mixing it, so I can have like full inventory. So that makes it so that the attachment for the pistol, I can automatically like place it on the pistol instead of like grabbing it and then entering the menu again to place it on the pistol. It's not necessarily needed. Like, it's in the beginning you're gonna have to like get used to how you pick everything up, and you're probably gonna have to develop your own way of like order of like operations, I guess you can call it. I don't know. Or you can just copy this and do exactly as I do, which is like way more convenient for you. But getting to like know what to get and when to combine, when not to combine, it took me a little bit. So it's all muscle memory, to be honest. Not really needed. You can combine everything as soon as you get it. I only did it so it was a bit fast for me. Here I leave the knife. I take with me the cutter, the knife, my gun, and then I think was powder and 2 pack of bullets. And I do this because I need the space to get everything in one go. Now I always for some reason leave the shotgun bullets. You can take the shotgun bullets because eventually you're gonna take some. And this route that we're doing right now. Hit that guy a couple times in the head. Make sure that he's not alive by shooting him in the head. You'll see like his head like not wall bang, I'm sorry. Basically like nod or bang, whatever. And you'll know that he's alive or not based on that. Since I have no knife, I gotta shoot him to confirm, which is fine. Standard, they give you a good amount of like resources, so I can play around with my resources in the beginning. The only moment where it's the only resources that I kind of make sure not to waste too much is the shotgun bullets and grenades. All the grenades in the beginning are actually counted for. Every single one of them are actually used for Nemesis specifically. And let's see, like maybe one. I don't know for what. Most of my grenades are for Nemesis. Almost all of my grenades are for Nemesis, I think. I'm not completely sure. So yeah, try to hold on my shotgun bullets as much as I can. Because there's moments I'm gonna need them. Here, wait for him to like finish the animation, and then I shoot him again to make sure that he is actually not twitching. But yeah, there's There's gonna be a moment coming in a couple, like maybe 10 minutes or a little bit more, where I use a shotgun. Oh, also shotgun that guy to the head. He dies. Doesn't move, doesn't react to anything, but his HP depletes completely. Here I do the same thing, I just back off. I'm gonna group them up here so I can use the barrel, shoot them. Make sure they're close to the barrel, and then I kill them. The radius is pretty big, so whenever you think they're close enough, believe me, they will be close enough. Unless you're trying to do it as fast as possible, and you think that when they're that far, they're so close, then maybe, I don't know, wait for them to get a little bit closer. But I believe that the range is very fair, so you don't have to wait too much to shoot the barrel. But yeah, with the shotgun, I'm actually pretty. I try to hold as much as I can. I know that I might need to use it on one of the sections coming up, so I try my best not to use shotgun ammo. Only in that occasion. I always do that there, so I don't have to worry about the zombie when it gets up. So here you probably don't see it because of the split, but I got one more space available, and then I got this, which I discard right now. So the way I did it made it so that I had 2 slots available to be able to pick these 2 last items that we're gonna need for this from this part. So if so far we pick up everything that I picked, and then I mean before getting the cutter, and then you just take exactly what I took, you should be able to like get everything that I'm getting pretty easy. There's like 3 to 4 bullets here. Yeah. So here you're gonna see me stop a little bit, walk forward, and then wait till I see the ducks, and then walk back. I'm gonna try to wait for this guy to go past the pallet, and then I shoot the wooden pallet on the left, and then I shoot it to stun them both. Usually that's my visual cue. When I see the first dog get past the wooden pallet on the left side, and then that's why I shoot. It guarantees both of them to get stunned. Here, just shoot all the zombies in the head. You're not gonna kill them, you're gonna actually make them drop. 3 hits should be enough for each one of them, except for the last zombie. This guy can be a little bit scary once he gets this close. I think like 4 shots to 5 shots drop him. And then this is something that I learned from Carcinogen. Not killing them helps save bullet. And the reason you don't want to kill them is because they despawn after you do this section. Or I think after you start the cutscene that will come up pretty soon. Then the zombies up there will despawn. And so it saves bullets. You don't have to kill them. Especially when I don't have my knife with me. I think I don't carry the knife with me for the rest of the run, I think. I might not be... Yeah, I think I don't carry it for the rest of the run. We'll see. Probably talking with the chat here. You're gonna see me stop random from moment to moment. This is a recording, not the video from the actual stream. It's basically a recording. Okay, so we're basically inside a spider nest. Basically, you see me look here to the left. And then look left again and shoot that spider. First time I look to the left is because there's times where there's gonna be another spider crawling through the ceiling. And if you see him, it's always best to shoot him. If you don't see him, means that the other one that I shoot, you can shoot him for free, and you can also interact with the lever. I call it lever. I don't know how to call it. But ideally there will only be 3 spiders in the beginning. I don't know how much is the count for each time you interact with one of those levers, like fully like turn it on. My guess is potentially 3 to 4 spiders around there. But I think it actually changed. It's actually different. Right. They die in standard. They die in 3 hits. Sometimes I do 4. I've been conditioned to do 4 for quite a while. But if you shoot them 3 times, they die. If you shoot them 4 times, you're just like stopping the animation basically. That's the best way I can describe it. You'll see me go up and down the ladder. It's kind of like make them move to force them to make decisions. This is a pretty nice strat that I found out. It's very safe, and you can catch the spiders going throughout this hall, and then from behind you. That way you don't have to worry as much. Where you were was a pretty safe spot, like initially where the lever was. But since the corner, like from where you stand to the corner, is actually pretty close. Sometimes the spider can just randomly start to run at you, and can be pretty risky. So I don't do that. Here I wait for the spider to come out. I shoot this bad boy. Sometimes I look to my right to make sure there's no spider coming from that side. Switch onto my shotgun, and then I will aim in the center here and try to kill 2 of them. Sometimes I'll be able to kill 3, which is like min-maxing at the highest level. Bring out the shotgun just in case I'm getting chased. I hear them, I look back just in case, and then we'll go back to the same spot. Here's the reason I like this spot a lot. I'm only doing it on 2 occasions. I don't come back for the 3rd and the 4th one. The reason I do it here is because I can force them to rotate. As opposed to like waiting for them in the corner, because usually they like to wait in corners until you get close, or you interact with the lever. Here is like you appear here, so they're gonna have to like rotate towards this spot. But since you're like inside here, they're gonna have to like run away. And so you catch them rotating. It just makes it easier. Shooting behind here is a little bit tricky. I think I got a double there. I'm not completely sure. So sometimes this happens, right? You gotta wait a little. So what I do is I come out here. Wait for a rotation, which you heard, and then I'll close it again so they can move. So they can start moving to other places, because they can't do nothing here. So they're gonna try to like rotate to other places. And I feel like what they actually do, since they have no way of getting to me, what they actually do is they run around, sort of like around the map, right? Like they start like here where I'm looking at, and then they will run like in a square all the way around the other part of the map, which is why you never see them. And by what I mean by the other part, I mean like here in the left side of which I'm standing right now, on the other side. Like they start from here, the left side, and then they just go straight to my right, run around, and they appear again here. Like right here, you're hearing them. The only problem with this is that if they're in the ceiling, you're gonna have a hard time trying to take them down, because some of the objects are in the way and you can't shoot well. So that's going to happen. But overall, it's a really safe spot. There's no way they can get to you. Pull out the shotgun. Yeah, that was the last guy. We couldn't manage to hit him. But as you can see, he appeared there. It's because he was circling around the map, so he can appear again on the other side that I was talking to you about. And they usually just do that, and then they stay in a specific corner. And if you come out of that room and enter the room again, they will start their rotation again, which is why it's pretty good. The only downside to that, or there's actually the only two downsides, is the inability to like be able to like shoot him well because they're in the way. I mean, there's objects in the way. And then on top of that, it takes a long time for them to like circle around for some reason. So you gotta wait a little bit and be patient. Okay, so there's something I kind of want to talk about this part. So in this corner here, what I do here is
Time to get the hell out of here.
I shoot the generator. I think this is a generator. I'm not sure what the hell is it. I'll call it generator. I shoot the generator if they're on the ground, but if they are on the ceiling, I will aim at them to force them to move. Right? So if they're in the ground, I shoot this generator here, but if they're in the ceiling, I didn't saw that one, so he actually managed to get away. So I was forced to shoot him. But if they're in the ceiling, there's another one there. I will aim at the ceiling right there, and they will do that. They will start running away. And so that's how I kind of control them. When they're in the corner waiting for me, right? If they're on the floor, shoot the generator. If they're in the ceiling, aim at them so they kind of like know you're there. Like they noticed, so they can see like you're actually seeing them, and they will just run away.
Okay.
And from there, one shot or two shots can drop in from the ceiling, and then you can hit their belly. So as you can see, the zombies are no longer here. Gonna just pick up a few items before we continue. Now that we acquired the pin, I'm gonna have the pin in the inventory as much as I can. I mean, until like hospital, because I tend to forget stuff, so it's better for me to carry it. Plus, it doesn't hurt to have it. And then here, what I'm doing, I'm actually switching controls from mouse and keyboard to controller. I'm using controller in this part. I'm testing the buttons to make sure. So what I do here, the reason I change controller is because I have a really hard time on keyboard trying to control well the camera, to be able to like get away from this guy. Especially this is the reason here, this little part here. So he tends to hit me here with mouse and keyboard, but with controller I do very well. And then I wait for him to approach me, or he starts running, whatever both. As long as I'm just waiting for him to get close to the generator, so I can shoot the generator and then stun him and be able to get here like quickly.
That thing is still alive. It's after me.
Run! Come back to the station.
And also, if you noticed, my camera was dead center in the generator. Since I'm using control, I want to make sure that when I aim, there's very little movement required for me to actually like accurately put the crosshair on top of where I want him. I mean, on where I want to shoot, because controller. I really hate the controller joystick. The camera joystick, I just hate it a lot. That's the only downside of controller, in my opinion. Whereas mouse and keyboard, the downside is actually 360 movement. Sadly. Okay, so here I actually lowered the audio, and the reason I did that is because I want to hear Nemesis footsteps. I need 2 footsteps. And there we go, and then I shoot. So I need to hear him do 2 footsteps so I can shoot the barrel, and I will know that he'll be in the correct distance. What I do is I go past the box you saw on the floor, and from there I aim, and I immediately look left, and I start aiming at the barrel. While I'm aiming at the barrel, I keep moving left, and the reason for that is just to get a little bit of distance with Nemesis, so he can actually so he has to like get to me in 2 footsteps. If I stay in the same place, there's a chance he just do 1 footsteps and then go for an attack, and I kind of want to force him to do 2 footsteps. And based on that audio, I'll be able to shoot the barrel as soon as I hear those 2 footsteps. I played around with this a lot, right? Carcinogen does it a little bit differently. He actually, and I didn't know why he did it this way until I actually had my fair share of experience with Nemesis. Nemesis, when you do that and you walk away, he will run out of nowhere, out of like from dropping to like straight up running and just smacking your face. He will straight up do that. And so
I think this might be the building.
Carcinogen, what he does is he actually makes Nemesis appear on the left side by not getting too close to the box where the ladder is. By being on the left side or walking to the left side, Nemesis will spawn somewhere else. The issue I found with that was that zombies or Nemesis might get in the way of the barrel, and zombies might get too close, so it's a little bit inconsistent.
Right.
This way, I found it really consistent. I tested it a lot, and it worked every single time, almost every single time.
Hey.
Actually, no, every single time. It worked every single time.
Valid route confirmed.
So you already can see the codes there. FA, SA, and then I think was no FA, RA, and then SA, and then it's 232 for the code. So what I noticed, talking about the Nemesis thing, if you're too far away from him, he will run at you, but if you're close, he won't. So the optimal range is making sure he actually does 2 steps. So it's just touch the box, look at your left, aim at the barrel, keep walking left, and when he's done the 2 steps, he'll be in range of the barrel. If you shoot the barrel immediately when he drops from that area, you will, he will not get affected by the barrel. I already tried. And then if he runs at you while you're in like in the close to the gate, you might miss it. Like the barrel will not reach him because he's already out of the range. So optimal, touch the box, and then do the shenanigans. Here I stun him after two steps as well, and then grenade. Now the grenade, I want to make sure the grenade also hits the tentacle dude over here, because he's a pain. If you can drop them both, then it's nice. Super important that you drop them both, or else you're gonna have to shotgun the dude. And that's 1 bullet left, especially when I use them here. Shotgun this dude, and then we shotgun this dude again, too. You can actually get to that gate there without shooting the tentacle dude, but if you don't do it fast enough, he'll grab you. And so for me to remove that inconsistency, I decided to shoot him so I can stagger him. We're gonna open all the boxes here, and this is just so I can open the 3rd and the 4th box, which are the most important ones. I really don't use the first 2. Let me get these jewels. I don't actually get the 3rd one because it requires me to do a little bit of backtracking, extra backtracking, like the safe way. The unsafe way is actually just to do it when Nemesis is with you. The issue with that is that he'll be waiting. You could do what I did, like throw the grenade and then immediately go get the other box. The problem is you're wasting precious time of like when Nemesis is like down. So when he will get back up, he will be meeting you at the you know, at whatever that's called. I know it's not a gate. I forgot the name of it. Right, you know what I'm talking about. Like the last tentacle dude I shot, he would appear there. He might appear sooner depending on how slow you are. Coming up is a bit more of Nemesis, or Memesis.
Come on, you creepy ass stalker.
So cut corners here. Make sure you stay close to the corners and the walls. And Apparently he won't be able to get close enough to like smack you, which is really good. Stun him here to get a little bit of distance. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm actually gonna pick this bullets up, and then I am going to interact with this object twice. Not 3 times, not once, twice. You can just interact with them once and then interact with it twice after this part. I wait for Nemesis to get close and I walk back, shoot the barrel, so that way I am out of range of like the explosion, like damage wise. I'll still get staggered, but damage wise I'm out of range. And we're done with mimesis for a little bit. So next on the split we got sewers. Sewers. The day before this run, I actually lost it. I think like once or twice to sewers.
Carlos. Oh, shit. Oh, I need to find another way out.
And the reason behind it is because I didn't fully understand well how the gammas in this area worked. Like I knew how to dodge them properly, but I didn't know how to do it like effectively well. And I'll explain to you that now. Had I actually worked on this sooner, I would have taken care of the red flag. And by red flag, I mean like moments where I feel like I could potentially get hurt or get hit in some way, and I don't do anything about it, but it's still there. So this was a red flag. The way I used to do it is I do it the same way. It's just that I didn't know how to properly do it well. So you notice I only picked with me the pins to unlock something later. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make the gamma come out. I'm gonna walk back so he doesn't stun me, and then he's gonna do 3 steps. Walk back and then move forward. So I'm gonna explain to you how does it work, because I'm gonna do it again. You're gonna see the gamma if you stay still, when the gamma gets in range to actually like grab you, because it's sort of like a grab. You're gonna see he's going to shift from like walking towards you animation to like getting ready to attack. Right? Watch his feet. You see how he like squares up and then he starts moving up. So what I do with the gamma is I do not move and I let him do 3 steps, and then on the 3rd step, before he actually makes the 3rd step, I start moving backwards. So I'm gonna show it to you here with the next gamma. I don't know if I do it really well. If I mess up, I keep running backwards. But with the gamma, with next gamma, you're gonna see he's gonna square up. You see his feet, he's gonna square up. He's gonna do 1, 2 step, and then on the 3rd step, which is the one he actually tries to eat you with, before he finishes that 3rd step, you start walking back. And when you see his mouth open and try to grab you, you walk forward. There, and then you walk forward. Right? And then for like making sure that I don't get grabbed or hit or whatever, I do a triple dash just to make sure. That way you get distance from him. This is the safest way I've seen it, and I think it's very consistent as long as you're looking at their legs. Remember, he will square up, his feet will square up, make 2 steps, and on the 3rd step is where he goes for the attack. So before he lands the 3rd step, you run backwards, wait for the animation to start, and then you run forward. If you time it well, the animation grab will not grab you, even though the animation is like still happening, because the whole grab happens in the beginning of the animations, the first frames of the animation. Now that I got flame rounds, I can kill them all. Before, you had to kill the first one you encounter, and then the second one you encounter. Now we basically killed the rest of the gammas that are here, just so we don't have to try to do the whole, walk back forward things. I'm also waiting for them to open the mouth, but I discovered that you don't have to. That's not the case. If anybody knows fully, you can just write in the comment section and tell me like, hey Blast, you're wrong, this is not completely accurate. But the following guy actually managed to hit him without him opening his mouth, and he died. So my guess is that he doesn't need to open, they don't need to open their mouth. I still do it just to make sure, because I don't have the damage values or anything, like any form of way to know. But I don't think there's any, and there's no need for you to wait for them to open their mouth. One of the main reasons I do it is because since I do not grab the pouch, I want to be able to grab all the items that I can, that I deem necessary for later. And then I don't want to waste shotgun bullet either, because shotgun bullet is really important for me. Okay, so I think I got a Steam message, and I was checking up on the Steam message real quickly. But yeah, the gammas are pretty easy to dodge. Yes, and via Steam. So the gammas are pretty easy to dodge if you pay attention. Don't pay attention to their mouth. Pay attention to their footsteps. Their mouth is hard to press. It's not as easy to tell through their mouth. The reason it was a red flag before this final run was because I was paying attention to their mouth. I was trying to like predict in their overall body, like when will they attack, and there was not a very accurate animation that I could look at and say like, oh, this is when they will do it. But the day before I got this run, I sat down and I said, you know what, I don't want to get hit here anymore, so we're gonna find a way to consistently, get past these gammas without the use of any weapon. So remember the footsteps. Look at the footsteps, nothing else. It's a little puzzle we're doing, not too big. If you do exactly what I did, you'll be fine. Nothing too difficult. I'm actually gonna put the battery pack, leave this here. This is the last place where you put the battery pack, and then I will go back to get the shotgun. And the reason I go get the shotgun is because there's a particular zombie that will lunge at you. It's completely random. I think either that or it's tied to DA. And what I mean by DA is difficulty adjustment. Couple days before, actually like 5 days before getting this run, I was aware that DA was a thing. I knew about DA back then when I was doing my Resident Evil 2 Remake no-hit run, but I didn't pay that much attention to it. But this time, while surfing the Twitch for like streamers, speedrun streamers, and watching Carcinogens' streams, I noticed how important was DA for them, and I figured I should understand it. And so, what the thing about DA is that the difficulty gets harder within the standard difficulty. It gets harder the better you're doing, and the worse you do, it gets easier. So you makes total sense that in a hit run you will deal with harder enemies due to the DA. I don't know why I did that. I'm not thinking. So my only guess, besides the zombie being completely random, was that maybe at this point the DA was high enough for the zombie to go for a lunge, and to prevent him from doing that, I wanted to bring the shotgun so I can stagger him. So in this section, there's only two zombies that will hit with a shotgun just to prevent them from going frisky. And it's basically this zombie right here. Shoot him in the head. Keep walking.
I can use
like a jolly human being. So here I combine 2 explosive base because we're gonna use three of the explosive rounds. We're gonna drop the flame rounds in the box, and the only thing we're gonna need, you're not gonna see it here, but we have is a shotgun, full pack of 20 shotgun shells, pistol. Yes, there we go. We picked it up, and then a grenade for a big boy daddy nemesis. It's funny how I put big boy and daddy in the same sentence.
I gotta get out. Quick.
He's daddy nemesis in the beginning, big boy now. He went from older to younger. From old to young. Anyways, the ways I'm gonna do Nemesis is going to be, I'll shoot him once. I'll collect everything that is in the stage except the healing items because we don't use healing items. I will shoot him once, reload, shoot him 4 times, like empty the clip. I'll shoot him 4 times again while he's reloading his flamethrower, that's 9. And then I will shoot him maybe like, I don't know, like, I think it's 2 more times because it's a total of 11 shots with my shotgun. And make sure that I have at least 2 bullets in my clip with my shotgun, which is usually what you're gonna have. You will explode the can, the thing he has in the back, canister, whatever it is, and you will proceed to use your rocket launcher. No, I mean your grenade launcher. 3 explosives on him, 1 grenade on Nemesis, and then I will back out stun him with the generator that's in the arena, and 1 shotgun shell will end him. 1 to 2. Depending on how far you shoot the shotgun. So first off, we're just gonna start collecting stuff. There's a total of 6 explosive rounds, and we do need these explosive rounds for later on in the run. Well, we actually don't really need them all, but you know, just to make sure, I try to have as much explosive rounds as I can for the other boss fights. One thing I want to talk about is how good the grenade launcher is in this game. The grenade launcher is capable of staggering Nemesis. I don't know about the first fight, but the rest of the other fights where you fight Nemesis, you can pretty much stagger him pretty easily. So it's our main bay. Shoot him once, grab the shells. I do like a loop-de-loop around the whole arena. And now that I completed the like getting everything that I need, now we can start the fight. You can reload in time since you're far from in here. Or I can reload in time. So 5 shots so far. Some of the pellets are lost in the in the wood, sadly. 9 shots so far. 1. Then I want to wait. I think I need 2 more. I'm not sure. I feel like, yeah, I think I need like 2 more shots. We'll see. Yeah. So I actually did 12 shots instead of 11. I reload here, and the reason I'm waiting is because I want him to attack me around this corner. So I have a good path to where we need to go. 3 shots here. Throw the grenade. And then we're gonna pick up this pistol, run back. We're gonna wait in this corner till he gets close to us. Stun him, and then bring out the shotgun. And thankfully we didn't need to shoot our shotgun bullets at all, which is really nice. But if he doesn't die through that, which is, I've never seen that happen, but cool. You're gonna need to shoot him once or twice. If you're really close to him, I think once will be enough. You should be fine. What you saw me doing with the grenade launcher, I was actually like switching in and out with the shotgun. And the reason behind that is because reloading and loading up the next bullet takes a while, and it's actually faster to just switch weapons and then bring out the grenade launcher and shoot. And that's going to be really important for the rest of the fights. I do that a lot with the grenade launcher, which is the reason I think this the grenade launcher is really good. Besides being able to stagger Nemesis, especially the explosive. I can talk a little about the difference in explosives and fire rounds in terms of like stagger, how Nemesis will get staggered. Basically, one has a condition, the other one staggers on hit. Pick up some upgrades and items. I think I didn't do this part really well. Actually, no, there was something I could do. Well, kinda, yeah. I could have taken off the bobby pin. I'm like, god damn it! Look how long it takes to reload that. You'll see later how what I do is I actually change type and then completely switch out and switch in, and that eliminates the whole process. The whole animation is super fast. So the only thing we're gonna need here, honestly, is the grenades. You're not gonna need anything else. Oh, actually, grenades in the grenades in the shotgun. Shotguns for the tentacle dudes, and then grenades for the. Wait, I didn't pick up the explosive A. I think I did. I don't know. Shotgun for the tentacle dudes, and then, you know, grenades for Nemesis. We're gonna use all three of them in this part. One thing that I experienced with that tentacle dude is sometimes he will not kill him, and he can grab you out of nowhere. So be careful. Just have a space. This guy dies from 2 to 3 shots. At that range, 2 to 3 shots. If you get closer on the second shot, then I think you can guarantee just 2 shots for sure. Oh, and there's something I kind of want to advise. If you're doing this run, don't always rely on staggering your enemies with the shotgun. There's been times where I've gotten grabbed out of shooting a zombie like point blank range, and he will just, you know, instead of getting staggered, he just continues to like lunge at me. So that could happen, especially with the tentacle dudes can happen as well. So be careful. So here I'm using mouse and keyboard. I'm gonna do Q and throw the grenade. And then walk away. If you do it fast enough, he won't shoot any rockets, but if not, he will shoot a rocket. Just stay in place. He's very likely to miss you because of the stagger. Right? That's another thing. Remember I told you that staggers will count as a hit, so if the rocket actually staggers me, even if it's not a direct hit, that counts as a hit. So here it's really important that I do not get hit by the rocket. I'm gonna throw a grenade and move to the right. There you go. And if you notice, what I did there is that I waited for the little laser to glow red, so I know that he was locked on to shoot me. And at that moment, I dashed to the right, so that way the rocket will just land away from me, like behind me. I've had moments where I would dodge sooner, and the rocket will land close to me, in front of me. So always wait for always wait a little bit more. Don't immediately dash after throwing the grenade. Delay it a little bit. Next up, we have the last encounter with Nemesis in this section. And it's the last part where we're gonna use the grenade. All 3 grenades are accounted for. We need them all 3. Make sure not to waste them until this Nemesis section. And so this last grenade, we're going to use it to actually stagger him and at the same time get the last box that we need. So the reason I wait a little bit is because I'm not completely sure if I could do it as soon as he lands. I think there's moments where I've had moments with enemies where you would throw in like grenade launcher or a grenade or something, and they will not stagger because they're still in that initial animation of when they appear. So I'm guessing Nemesis is the same. So I just make sure to like delay it a little bit, just a little bit.
Carlos, I know we didn't get off to a great start, but thanks for the save.
Hey, you saved my ass first. You're a hell of a lot braver than me.
Well, what matters is that we can get everyone out of the city now.
Yeah, you'll be safe.
What about you?
So in this whole run,
Catching the train.
Why not?
No, there'll be new orders. If it means I can help save the city, it's fine by me.
so before this run, I actually had like only 3 red flags remaining, and the gammas were 1 red flag. I think we will be fine. I think the next red flag will probably be hospital. Let me see.
Like Bart is still alive, do you?
I have it on good authority. Why? Are you worried about teammates? Or something else? Funny how brainless zombies can ambush a platoon like that. Funny the gate was locked. Don't you think?
What was that?
I like that sergeant. God damn it, he's badass. I kind of regret skipping this cutscene.
All right, keep your head screwed on, Roman.
I don't know where the 3rd red flag was. It.
You sure? It looks like a cemetery to me. Come get some!
Oh, the 3rd red flag is in the lab. Now that I think about it, which I never got to like fully fix the issue.
Leave it! Come on! These stars. That could be useful. Where'd that cop go?
So RPD. Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. We do have a red flag in RPD.
If our intel's still worth a damn, then Bard's in the stars.
Right.
Let's find him and take him into custody.
Custody? I thought this was a
So now that I think about it, there is actually 4 red flags before this run. We had
Carlos, take a look.
gammas,
Located the
RPD,
stars office.
hospital, and lab.
Remember, Bard had access to Umbrella's darkest secrets. He knows we'll try to keep him under our thumbs.
So this search and rescue mission is really more like find and detain. Right. Good to know.
I'll open the shutter so you can get through.
You stay here and find out what's been going on here at the station.
Call you if I find anything. Hey! Be careful.
Yeah. You too, man.
The red flag for RPD, I actually didn't fix it either. I did saw a speedrunner tackle it pretty effectively, but I didn't have the chance. I didn't want it to work on fixing it this day. I just wanted to get the run already. Like the way I was doing the RPD section, it was not completely unsafe. And we're talking about one specific part, one little tiny specific part. It was not completely unsafe. It was fairly safe. It's just that I wasn't 100% safe. I'll mention the red flags. We already talked about the gammas, which was one of my red flags before this run. The other 3 will be RPD, hospital, and then lab. I'll mention them as we get there. RPD is actually not that difficult standard-wise. You have a lot of resources, like bullets-wise, to just deal with all the enemies here. So I clear most of them, so I don't have to deal with them. And then here I'm checking something. Don't know what I'm checking. I can also use this time to tell you guys that I stream every day on Twitch. Haha. No, but seriously, guys, I'm a Twitch streamer, 80% no hit runner. I focus a lot on doing runs of no hit runs of various games. This game happened to be my number 7 no hit run in the book. You can find me by the same name, which is Hey Blasty, twitch.tv/Hey Blasty. I'm trying to hold on to my assault rifle resources. I really want to hold on to them. And then here, just straight run up front, straight through. I had an issue with this part because I thought that the door opening was going to stagger me, because in Resident Evil 2 in the beginning you actually get staggered by one of the zombies opening the door. So my guess was that it will happen the same thing. Until I found the speedrunner just getting through that pretty easily. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. I guess I'll do the same. I try to like be very take my time with them because they're far from me. Oof. I slow down my shots, but if they're closer, I will increase the rate in which I shoot the shots. So I don't, just to be able to stagger them or just push them back or something. So yeah, I take my time and shoot them slowly if they're far away from me, but as they get closer I increase the fire rate, or so I don't have to deal with them. But I wasted a lot of ammo here, which made me a little bit sad. Pistol does more damage per shot, so I use a pistol to just clean them up. Another thing I noticed is that there's collateral damage. I think that's the word for it. Like you shoot a zombie and then the bullet will just go straight to the other one. And so, which is what happened with one of the zombies that you saw. I actually shoot one of them and hit both of them. And the one in the back is the one that got his head exploded. So that's really good. I don't know if that was in RE2, by the way. I'm not sure if it was in RE2, but it's here. I'm guessing it was. It's just that there was no really good moments for me notice that, if anything. This guy right here, I don't want to risk it, so I shoot him in the head with my pistol. Okay. Head didn't twitch, so I'm good. The code here is 9157. Same as Resident Evil 2. Literally the same. And the item is literally the same as well. Ammo pouch. More handgun ammo. And then there is assault rifle ammo here. Only 10, sadly.
Kind of fucked up shooting cops.
So if you're wondering like why didn't I did this in hardcore, the reason being is because I kind of wanted to just have a run where I didn't have to like stress myself too much, because previous before this I was doing Hollow Knight no hit run. And my Hollow Knight run is at 1 hit PB, and that run, I've been struggling with the run a little bit. And then before that we did Remnant from the Ashes no hit runs. So we had 2 back-to-back hard runs in a sense. And the only reason I did Resident Evil 2 Remake hardcore Leon A playthrough no hit run, I guess it was kind of in a way to prove that, you know, that I can do games on a harder difficulty. Same with what I did Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. I also played Momodora in the hardest difficulty. But here I really didn't care about what people think. I was like, you know what? I just want to enjoy myself and I want to get a run. And I'll just do hard standard. And so I did standard, you know, chill times. It's kind of like what I was looking for. The bosses were not completely hard, but the inconsistency made it a little bit hard for me to like get it right. I got memed on a lot. But partially it was because I didn't polish them as much. As opposed to like this run. You're gonna see. And so on hardcore, yes, we get less resources and such. And so it's harder. But it just means that I had to like route it differently and find other strats to like consistently get through them, which was no biggie, honestly. I just didn't want to go through the whole like idea of like routing hardcore as well, or like routing hardcore, which will take basically would have taken me a little bit more time to route like well because of less resources and find more consistent strats. So I decided to do standard for once. Walk out here, and then once the zombie drops, you can start running around here. You can probably run even sooner. I'm not completely sure, but I don't risk it. So the locker from the top, it was DCM, and this one is Cap. I think it's actually the same as Resident Evil 2 as well. Completely sure. You get a flash grenade, so this time you should have around 3 flash grenades, 1 grenade, and plenty assault rifle ammo. Close to 1 clip and a couple bullets from the pistol. So what I'm gonna do here is gonna use the assault rifle mainly, and then when I have chill shots, which is like when the zombies are far away or they're in the ground, then I will bring out the pistol just to make sure if they're alive, or just to like put a couple shots in them. And then the other reason I would bring out the pistol is if I'm actually empty on ammo on the clip and the assault rifle, and I kind of want to, you know, bring out my secondary. Is faster to bring out my secondary. So this is basically like a chill shot for me. It's only 1 zombie, and I can waste this ammo on this guy. I want to be around 10 bullets, no less than that, just in case I need to use it. Walk a little bit forward to aggro this zombie. This will actually aggro 2 more, I think. Yeah. This is the scary part because I reload here. And thank God I staggered the one in the back. So now body checks.
Man, it sucks to be popular.
And then we check with the knife. As soon as you hear the... Once you hear the one at a time take a number, I think these zombies start running towards you. So that's a cue for you to pay attention to these 2 zombies. And then the other zombie that's in the door, he won't come out until you get pretty close. Or not pretty close, I'd say close to the packet of bullets you'll see on your left side. There's a little box of bullets for the assault rifle on the bench on the right side. So around that close, he'll come out. Or actually a little bit further, I guess. A couple shots in the head. One thing to note, if you see a zombie's body through the door, there's a high chance that he's actually dead. If he collisions with the door and he actually lands on the other side, then he's alive. Okay, so here's a red flag, which is a liquor. The reason I call it a red flag is because I have had no issues with this, but I really hate being here and then walking on the right side. You're gonna wait for him to get close to you. You're gonna walk on the right side and around him, and you're gonna see that you come out of there scotch-free. But I've had situations where
This will take some time.
he's been pretty close to me, and so I deem that a little bit inconsistent. So I don't want to. I would rather look for another way than continue doing that. I saw a speedrunner just steam through it, and the liquor missing, really close to the same way the liquor in RE2 Remake misses when you first encounter him. So I don't think I'll go back and do another run of this game, but if need be, then I'll probably try that strat, see if it works, if it's completely legit, and that way, you know, it's faster and less stressful. I only pick up the box of assault rifle, which is 50 on standard. It's always 50. So far, it's always been 50, and you get a flash as well. Okay, so coming up, Nemesis 2. What I'm gonna need for Nemesis 2 here is gonna be 4 mines that you get in this room. You're gonna need a couple rounds from flamethrower. Actually, all the flame rounds you can get. Or actually, no, I stay around 6. My bad. 4 mines, 6 flame rounds, and 6 explosive, if I'm not mistaken. And there you go. With the last box, you actually get the 6 flame rounds that you need. And we don't actually get the other 2 that I have here. We only take this. So you got 6 explosive in the grenade launcher, 6 flame rounds, and then 4 mines. You want to be roughly around 10 shotgun bullets. 9 is also okay. But I think I actually get the extra one. I'm like, holy shit, I only got that kind of bullets? What the hell? Oh, look at that, there's another bullet. Now I got 10. So, there you go. And then I searched for more. Sadly, no more bullets. But ideally around 10, 11 is fine. What you're going to want to have is the explosives exactly on the grenade launcher. Not the flames, not the mines, only explosives. Bring out the shotgun. We're going to do a double collateral on the right. Right there, and then shoot this guy. You should be able to knock all 3 of them in 2 bullets. The first shot, try to aim it a little bit more to the right side of the first zombie's head, and that will hit both of them. But then again, I think there's actually like penetration damage or whatnots, and I think it still hits both of them. I'm not completely sure. Don't quote me on it. Here, make sure you start with a grenade launcher. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stagger him with the first explosive shot, and then grab flame rounds to my right, and you're gonna want to run around him, around the statue, counterclockwise. So here, stagger him once, grab this, stagger him again to get close to the statue, and you're gonna switch to flame rounds. Now here's how it's gonna go. He's gonna attack, you're gonna dodge, and you're gonna use a flame round. Switch to shotgun, 3 shots. Get behind the statue, and then reload. Switch to flame rounds. Wait for him to attack. If the flame goes away, shoot him. And then you go for shotguns again, 3 shots. You're gonna repeat this 1 more time. Reload, bring out the flame rounds. And what I'm gonna do here is make sure he stays exactly in this spot here. Because when he makes a cry, if he's in that spot, he'll jump onto this van, which is what I want him. His position is going to be key, because depending where he's positioned, he may open this van or not in the first try. I mean, the first vault that he does. So you get the mines, now you have a total of 6. But you can do well with only 4, I think. Get the shotgun shells, and by the time he comes back, you'll put the mine right there. Bring out the shotgun. do 4 shots here, and then switch to your flame rounds. Flame rounds, switch to shotgun, reload the shotgun while he's doing this, because he's just like going through an animation. Switch it back to grenade launcher. Avoid the attack and try to stagger him again. 3 shotgun shots, and then he'll run away. I stay behind the statue just to make sure. Switch to mine rounds. Wait for him to get close, throw the mine round, and then do the same thing. When you down him like this, it's 4 shots of the shotgun into a flame round. But when you're running around the statue, you do 3 shots of the shotgun after a flame round. So the reason you want to stay behind the statue is because this forces him to like not go for one of those full charge attacks that he does. Right? So we want to prevent any of the other nasty attacks that he does.
I need to stop it in its tracks.
Mine. Now, as you can see, I'm moving left side, so I'm rotating counterclockwise all the time, so I can stay in the behind the statue. And I want to maintain this motion. Wait for him to approach you. Dodge. Turn around. Stagger him with the flames. Shotgun shots. 3 shots is enough. Wait for him again. There you go. Boom.
You're gonna crap out on me now?
Just repeat this process over and over. Remember to run counterclockwise the statue, and then only punish when he attacks. Don't go for any shots if he hasn't done any. Only for punishes. Only punishes. If he attacks, 1 flame round into 3 shotgun shots, and then hide behind the statue, reload, and then switch back to your grenade launcher. And if you down him with mines, it's gonna be mine into 4 shotgun shots into flame round, hide behind the statue, and you reload, and then you bring out the grenade launcher again. That's the whole process for him.
Copy.
Nemesis, I would say that Nemesis was the hardest boss fight. Nemesis 2 is the hardest boss fight for me because I didn't have a really good accurate way to like beat him. Where I didn't have to rely on the roll on this game. That's something I can talk about. The roll in this game is actually pretty weird. The timing is really weird, and on top of the timing being really weird, what makes it harder is the fact that the zombies, when they're lunging at you, it's kind of hard to tell when you should start the dodge, because as opposed to like Nemesis, you can know like when you should time it, versus zombies when they're lunging at you, because it's like straight movement, as opposed to like an attack that you will know that it will connect with you at a specific moment. The zombies is more like if they're really close in range to grab you, the grab animation will start. Right, so it's hard to tell when you should dodge, so you can get a perfect dodge. So I really don't use perfect dodges at all in this run. To be honest. I would say that I've been tempted to try Inferno, no hit run, and try like to learn perfect dodge, well, because I feel like there you will definitely need it. This I learned from Carcinogen as well. If you stay outside the room, the tether won't reach all the way to here, so you can hit the enemies and they won't react to you. They will just stay in place. They will kind of like go back to where they're supposed to be. And all I do is I just put a couple headshots on them, and if they wake up, you know, I wait for them to stand and then I hit them again. Hitting them in the ding dong is actually the best way to like check if they're actually alive or not. Just kidding, no, it's not true. I just hit him in the ding dong for memes or for funsies. Anyways, double checking here, using my shots to make sure that all the enemies are dead. The zombie lying in the bed next to the door actually doesn't take damage, I think. I'm not completely sure, but she won't move. Like, she won't twitch until you get closer to trigger the attack. She died pretty quickly there. So now that we cleared all the zombies that we're capable of clearing, we're gonna go to the second floor. There's gonna be another zombie here that we're gonna clear. I kind of screwed the run here a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared because I was like, holy shit, I just threw a grenade. I mean a flash. That's pretty bad. So I was in shock here because I had it all planned out. So I had to like stop and think of like, okay, how many do I have? What can I do? Thankfully, you actually don't need that extra flash. If you do the rest well. But the reason I needed all the flashes here, except one, conveniently enough, is because of certain enemies we're gonna encounter. I developed a different strat that I wanted to do for consistency's sake. Like for like straight up consistency, there's no way he can get me sake. Which we'll do now. I mean, not now. Pretty close for now. I also want to use this time to tell you guys that I hope you guys are doing well in this tough time of the coronavirus. Stay safe. Anti-socialism to the max. Be social in the internet, anti-social in real life. And play a lot of games. This is the best time to play games and not worry about anything. Like literally not worry about anything. Okay, maybe worry about some stuff. A little bit, not too much. So in this room, there's actually no threat yet on Carl's side, except for when you're leaving here. I'm gonna explain a little bit now. When you leave, you encounter a hunter. There's many ways to approach the hunter. One of them is safe. One of them is not safe. The other one is in between. So the hunter, you can get past him. He's gonna go for like a backhand attack. You can actually just, if you time it well, you can dodge. And Carlos will sort of counter and then punch him. You can run away. The hunter cannot leave this room throughout later. I mean, till later on. Or you can just do this, throw a flash, and then just get past him, but you'll still get hit. You might get hit. So what I do is I go over the third strat that I had, which is wait for him to come towards the corner on the left side, throw the flash, and by the time he gets close to me, you'll flash him. So this was my third strat. And here you waste 2 flashes, but it's guaranteed to like not have to deal with this guy at all. Once you get out of that room, you're Gucci because he can't get past that room. He stays inside that room until later. I'm guessing it's only doable in hardcore because you don't get that many flashes on it. I mean, it's only doable in standard because you probably don't get as much flashes on hardcore or in their later runs. I mean, later difficulties. Not completely sure. Code for this is 9-3, and that's about it. Also, what I did not mention is that was the other red flag. That hunter was the other red flag. I lost my run to that hunter before. So you stay behind the zombie, like close to their feet. You kill her before letting the other one spawn. If you walk back, the other ones will come out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean spawn, I meant come out. Focus on these two. And then you focus on the one on the left. If you're gonna notice, the door is still open on the right side. That means the zombies are still alive. And as soon as I knock him dead, the door will just close. You'll see now. And there, the door closes. So that's how you can tell if the zombie's alive or not. That's one way. I think I double check here, just make sure. Yep. Come in here, get some assault rifle shot, assault rifle bullets. My bad. And then we get the grenade launcher. God damn it, the grenade, not the grenade launcher. This other part was kind of like a red flag as well for me. I kind of fixed it a while ago, like 2 to 3 days before this. Actually, no, 2 days before this run. I sat down and I tried to fix this as well. I know Carcinogen has a strat to actually kill them both with one grenade, but I had a really hard time doing that and having a consistent way to kill them both. So I do it a bit differently. I still gotta waste a lot of assault rifle ammo, which is kind of sad, but it is pretty what it is. Since this is standard, it doesn't concern me as much as it would if it was hardcore. And then I stay close to the door so I don't aggro both of the zombies. Kill the first female zombie and then I walk forward to kill the next zombie. And then I open the lock here just in case things go bad. I can run away from the hunter, but I think running towards this door is a really bad idea because at this moment that you open the door, at this point in time, the other hunter will now be able to come out. So you're gonna open the door and then quickly just leave. By leaving this room, it resets the hunters on that room. And funny enough, this hunter was actually like way more forward than he should be. He's supposed to be really like much closer to the door. And from here now, they will not see me. So I open the door, stay outside of the room. I wait for the door to fully open. Move a little bit to the left so it doesn't hit the right side of the wall. And then I throw the grenade. It kills that guy. Run away out, and then to reset the other one, and then I come back in. Make sure that this guy is dead just to confirm. And then I walk back in. So what I'm gonna keep doing here is I'm gonna open the door, I'm gonna peek couple pot shots and then run away. Run away, touch this side of the room to reset him, and then I'll walk in, and we'll repeat this process until he's dead, basically. One thing I want to know is you don't want to enter this room running, because he will notice, and you might make a big mistake. Another thing is don't run too far into the door, just in case he does notice you. You can just dip out really quickly. If you just stay pretty far right to the door will just close. So yeah, this is a pretty long process. No lie. I waste a lot of my bullets here. Sad face. But it is what it is. Just for the sake of consistency. I didn't want to do anything that was inconsistent. Now, to explain to you a little bit, the reason I like on the first encounter with these two hunters inside here, the reason I open the door like slightly and I just run away is because one of the hunters can actually enter the room which you are in, which is the one that was closest to the door, and I do not want that. I want to like trigger the whole animation they do when you open the door for the first time, and then reset them so I can then go in and throw the grenade and kill the hunter. This hunter, for some reason doesn't go through the door, he's unable to like transition from that room to this room, as opposed to the other hunter. So you're fine as long as you exit the room where the hunter is. You'll be fine. He can't chase you. The reason I reset him is because he can still be in the door waiting for you, and so by resetting him, he just goes back to where he was, and I can continue like shooting him again and again. This ensures that I do not get hit by him. Right. So he's pretty close to dead. He's pretty close to dead. I think like this next few shots will kill him. Around 69. Hey yo. Okay, maybe not around 69. God damn it, at around 59. I confuse myself. It's around 59. This time I'm right. 100%, 100%. I'm right. There you go. Conveniently enough, there's actually bullets here, dude. And I didn't know that. If I'm not mistaken, I would say like I'm 90% right. If you don't pick those ammo, a green herb will spawn instead. Drop from this window. Don't drop from the other windows, or else you get hit by the hunter. Make sure you drop only from that window, not the other ones. You might be able to raise the hunter on the other window, which is on the right side, but that's risky. That window is safe. Just so you know. Plus, you get bullets if you haven't picked it up sooner. So these zombies, I noticed they don't actually come towards you until you hit them. And by mistake, I actually hit this dude, and the bullets penetrated onto the other zombies. But luckily, I was capable of like downing the first two zombies, so I can focus on these bad boys next, which is convenient. Boom, boom. There we go. A double check. I was actually very paranoid, if that's the word, on this run, because I was always thinking like maybe they'll just somehow the game will be tricked into thinking the zombies are not dead and they will just wake up out of nowhere, even though I smacked their faces. So yeah. Okay, important. Do not pick the other item that's in this room. On Carlos' side, just pick up those 60 bullets. We're gonna need the both of the flashes and the grenades for the other section. I mean for Jill. That's something really cool that I actually liked about the whole thing about doing Jill and then Carlos in the hospital, is that whatever you did in the hospital with Carlos, it will transition into Jill, which was pretty cool.
I'm goddamn Nathaniel Bard. I'm the best biologist.
So there's things you can leave that Jill will actually be able to pick up. There's things that you won't be able to, that Jill will not be able to pick up.
Bard's dead. He's been shot.
Shit. And the vaccine?
Is it here?
Gonna grab the vaccine, and then we'll go straight into Jill. I think there's actually no more threat except the next enemy coming up. And here's where I needed the flashbang. I mean the flash. Usually you have 4 flashes with Carlos until here. You got like 2. Since we wasted one, we have 1 left. And that's about it. That's the flash we needed. That's an important flash. You can kind of raise the hunter all the way to the end, but this is also risky. Around getting close to the door, he will actually go for an attack, and he's missed most of the chances that I've gone through it without flashing him, but I decided not to risk it. I took it as a red flag, and I decided to fix it as fast as possible. But at the same time, I took the strat from carcinogen after noticing that. Usually I see somebody go for a strat, and I will just be like, I think I'm fine. I found a way to like do it and not use the resources, but I took carcinogens how do you say this? Suggestion toward. And so I decided to use flash there because I saw it as a red flag as well. I was like, you know what, carcinogen, I already had problems with that. Hunter, I probably will too. So let's deal with that.
Now the fun. Shit begins.
I picked the detonator here. No, not really necessary. Shoot that there so I can just get everything that I need and just center myself. This is a siege. You're just gonna kill zombies back and forth. You kind of want to be very generous with your bullets here. And use the generators as much as you can to stun the enemies, so you can get clear headshots. And also be able to shoot zombies on the right, because you're the only ones that you're not going to be able to, like, stun with the generator. But the whole fight of you is going to be just you sitting here. This is the safest spot for you to be in. You can see pretty much everything. Except roll to the right. Any Smash fans will understand what I mean. I mean the right side of the window. You'll see everything except the right side of the window. There's nothing too important happening here. Just straight up, just shoot them in the heads. I learned from the community of our, like, the speedrun community, that the zombies. Actually, no, maybe it was from carcinogen. I learned a lot from carcinogen. Not gonna lie, dude. Like, strong shout outs to this guy. Carcy has been doing no damage runs for many of the Resident Evil franchise. Actually, for I think almost every single of the Resident Evil games, almost everything, every single one. And according to him, the zombies will take damage while they're getting into the room, but they only die as soon as they get in. So yeah. Here I make sure I kill all the zombies or stun them before the hunter comes out. And then you need to select the grenade to kill the zombie. I mean to kill the hunter. Try to make sure it bounces off him or like gets through his legs or something. Kill somebody there. Get all the flashes, get all the grenades, super important. And then here I look to the right and then I look to my left just to make sure. Because in the angle you're clearing, getting out of the room, you can already see your left side, so you already know what's on left, but you don't know what's on right. So you kind of want to see in your right before getting out of that room. And then here's, you know, bread and butter clearing. Just hit him in the head, stun him when you can. Just use pistol when you feel like you're low on ammo. Especially because you get a lot of bullets from your pistol. What I'm doing here is a pretty good strat as well. I don't think I do it anymore. Things got a little bit hectic, a lot more zombies getting in. So I actually prefer, I switched to the pistol to put some bot shots on their heads, and then when things got a little bit harsh, then I switched into my assault rifle to, instead of like reloading, right? Stun there. Then I wait to stun here for the tentacle dude. So you saw me, like, I saw the tentacle dude and I immediately went to address the zombies on the left side. I waited for the tentacle dude to come in and then we stunned the rest of the zombies. Here's something important. You're seeing the windows close. I forgot the name of that. When it goes all the way to the middle, just wait for this. The hunter will come in. 55% pass it, the hunter will come in. You will shoot the flash to make sure that he doesn't move as much, and throw a grenade close to him so you can guarantee a hit. And then you can keep on doing your bread and butter clearing. My advice is priority on the right side, and if the left side is crowded, just stun them. I mean, mid priority on the, exactly, priority on the right side, stun the ones in the middle, and try not to use the generator as much on the left side until you got a handful of zombies on that side, so you could stop them from breaking the door. Here, plant C4, easy money. I used to stun here to be able to like stall for a little bit, because I was afraid that I might not have enough flashes, but then when I check my inventory, I noticed that I have enough to play around with, so... Flash in. And then just a grenade for funsies. And that's pretty much the end of Carlos, I think. Yeah. That's the end of Carlos. Next up is going to be Jill. Now, since, like I said, since we cleared a lot of the stuff with Carlos, we're not going to have to encounter zombies with Jill. The only issues you're going to have are hunters, and for the hunters, I actually use the mine rounds. So I don't have to deal with them as much. So I think I bring with me like the pistol, shotgun, some of the bullets from the shotgun, and then, or all the bullets from the shotgun, and then exclusively mine rounds. I think I leave the flame rounds. Let me see. Yeah, we leave the flame rounds. We don't need to use them at all. And then we get the burst here, and we leave the pistol and the box, I think. Let me see. Okay, maybe you don't leave the box.
Right. Guess I'm not talking you out. Storage facility.
So the way I like to have my weapons is pistol in one, in the first slot, second slot grenade launcher, and then third slot the shotgun. We're on our way to get the Magnum, so we are also going to get the we're gonna have the Magnum on our fourth slot. One other thing that I want to mention that are rules to no hits as well is that this is completely like up to you, but the usual rule is quit outs are not allowed. Oh wait, hold on. So I was debating whether to shoot it on the ground and wait for the hunter to come in, or just shoot him when he appears. The thing is that when you shoot at him, the explosion will not stagger him at all. Right? I was completely unsure what I wanted to do here. Either result would have like not worked. So here you see he doesn't get staggered, and then the stick does. Because he's going through the whole animation of like opening the door and then walking forward. So you gotta wait through all that. And so the problem with that was like timing, and I didn't know the timing, so I decided to just go for the 2 shots. I can always, if you don't get the mine, if you don't get to kill him, he'll run towards the left side, which is the entrance where you're going through. What you could do is just getting a little bit inside the room, shoot a couple times to force him to come to you, and then aim to the ground close to where he is, and you'll kill him. So this was risky. So here I shot that there, but the second one didn't work. The second one didn't work. I've had issues with this hunter where I shoot the mine, like I set up the mine on the wall, and he'll pass the wall and will not trigger him. It will not trigger the explosion. Like I would actually like throw the mine and then move forward to trigger him to move towards me, and he will just not. The mine will not explode. That part there, it could either be the same thing, or it could have been that I threw the mine and I threw it too late and he was already out of range for the proximity sort of trigger to happen. So it's completely fine. Here, not that generous with the bullets. Joe, I have a lot of bullets with Joe now. So, no need for me to be like that super generous with the bullets. So I go for body shots. Just to make sure that I get to hit them. And then one thing I forgot is to bring the pin that unlocks stuff. So we gonna get it. We have to get it now. So let's see, so far how many hunters we killed? We killed 2 hunters. If you clear everything with Carlos, you only have to deal with 3 hunters. So on our way back, we'll have to deal with that extra hunter. All I'm doing with Jill is like clearing a few of the enemies that are still left that Carlos does not interact with. And getting items from Joe, which is, they're gonna be pretty important. I will super min-max in this run. Right. If I would have min-maxed, I probably only picked up the items that I really need, and then every single bullet will be accounted for and yada yada. But I don't. This zombie here, I didn't kill it with Carlos. She is actually still alive. But the fact that I don't get close to her doesn't trigger her to get up, so we just leave it there. That zombie is always there. As long as you don't play close to her, she will never get up. And then here, we're gonna get some Magnum rounds. All the Magnum rounds are important, except like 3. At the end of the run, I think I end up with like 3 rounds left. Explosive A. I noticed really late on my practices that thing was there. Now we're gonna go back to just leave a couple stuff because there's still more items that we need to pick, and I want to make sure that I don't have to like double back. So we leave a couple stuff. Honestly, I think I should have left the extra bullets as well, and even the shotgun bullets because we don't need them yet. To be honest. There we go. And we don't need the shotgun bullets? Alright, stick to it. Got it. You the man, Blasty. You the man. You do whatever you want.
I think I can squeeze by.
So you notice the ultra here on the left side. That's my chat. He's asking if I sleep. So a little bit of what happened the day before. I was looking to get the run in 6 days. I wanted to like have the run in 6 days instead of a week, and I tried my hardest to get the run the previous day, and so I did 3 streams that day so I could get the run. And I kept on getting memed on by Nemesis. And I kid you not, I was going to do a 4th run before the 6th day ended, because I was really that eager to get the run. I wanted to be able to say that I got the run in 6 days. I just wanted this run to be like the fastest run I ever had of all my no hit runs that I ever done. You know, I don't know if Kirby Dream One is faster than this. But a week is okay. I'm okay with a week. It's just there's a big difference, dude. There's actually a big difference between a week and 6 days. All right, there's a difference. The difference is 1 day, but the way you say it's like I got the run in 6 days, as opposed to I got the run in a week. I don't know. There's something more shocking about 6 days. You know. But I'm okay with it. The only reason I was a little bit, I think a big reason why I was a bit eager to get the runs because I have this sort of problem that, and I think a lot of runners also have them, like no damage runners and even speed runners, I think. Oh, also here, shoot this here. If you shoot it close enough, it'll kill him. I wasn't sure if he died because I didn't saw any animation go through, so I guess he died. Cool. It's completely fine because mine rounds, I don't need them after this. Yeah, so he's dead. So then I come back here because I need to use this one last time so I can discard it and then pick up the rounds. That way I don't have to double back. Smart Blasty. Actually, forgetful Blasty. He should have done that first, but he didn't have it in his inventory. God damn. Gotta learn how to say that right. But yeah, I don't know. I think runners, no head runners, no damage runners, even speed runners. I think they have the same sort of mentality as I have. It's like when you have expectations of like when you should get the run or how soon you should get the run, you have this mental pressure of like, you know, like you shouldn't be getting hit or you shouldn't be playing like a scrub. In these areas, right? Like in theory, you have it all planned out in your mind, and it should work as you think it should work, but it never ends up working how you want to, and that kind of frustrates you. Cause, you know what I mean? Like you know you can already get the run or achieve what you want to achieve, but it just doesn't happen. And so, I'm learning little by little the whole process of this. So. The way I'm doing my runs now is like I route the whole run. I change strats per segment based on how they work to make it easier, and then I polish. And so the moments where you're like having everything in theory like work out and not happening in like a practical sense is when everything is like on paper well, but it's not well polished. So polishing is really important. And in this run, I was completely sure that everything that could have hit me was already polished. Which is what I called red flags. I already dealt with every single one of them except one, which is coming right up in lab. Which is, you know, really soon, really soon. I still don't know how to deal with it. I still don't know fully how to deal with it. The enemy does like a 50-50 on you, and usually there's one action that you'd perform works well on both. But if you're not fast enough, you can mess up a little bit. But yeah, honestly, I would say like throughout this whole journey of mine of like doing no head runs, I'm learning a little bit more how the whole procedure happens. Because in the beginning, when I started doing these kind of runs on different games, I didn't know how everything worked, like the whole process. I just tried to do runs and perfect everything until I got it. But now I'm learning the whole step by step how everything comes into a no-hit run, from basically getting hit a bunch of times to a no-hit run. And it's just that, you know, routing, perfecting the route, identifying red flags, working on the red flags, and then polishing. And then when you do polishes, and the polishes are actually like, I would say like 95 to 100%, actually 100% consistent in terms of the strat, where it only relies on your skill to, or you to do well, then it's fully polished. So this guy a way to fall down, and then one headshot with the Magnum will be enough on standard. I'll explain to you, step by step what I'm doing here. Bring out the pistol so I can shoot the box quickly, because I don't want to like run over there and shoot him. So as I'm coming up, I'm shooting them. I want to make sure that I can see a shotgun bullets. And there is none. But I still pick these ammos just in case. Usually there's shotgun bullets here. I discarded them! I did not pick them! Huh. Well, that's okay. I mean, I discarded them because I needed the slots. Okay, so incoming red flag. We're gonna need the shotgun for these 2 dogs. The first dog can either run past you or jump at you, and that's a 50-50. You don't know what he will do. So I just aimed in front of him and make sure I shoot him. He was about to eat my ass. Okay, no, just kidding. He was about to eat my face. So yeah, that dog has claimed my runs a couple times. Actually, no, like 2 times probably. And the 50-50 there is that if you aim low, he will lunge at you and you'll get hit. If you aim high where he's at, he will get past you and you will miss. And so that turns into like you trying to kill him before the other dog comes down, and it's just crazy. So I try to aim at the middle where I can react, but I potentially just hit both of his options regardless of what he does. So it's good. And it's no biggie because the way it works is when you start aiming, you will aim at the dog, and if he chooses to go past you while you're lowering the crosshair, you'll still hit him. But if he chooses to go for you, your crosshair will already be on the dog. So in a sense, you got both options covered, and you don't have to deal with his 50-50 shenanigans. Throw a flash here so the zombies don't come out. I've been grabbed and I hate it, and so I wrote this as a red flag. Well, not a red flag. I wrote this as like as getting hit 100%. This was literally not a red flag until I got grabbed. I never saw that coming. So I flashed them now. Get up on the ladder. If you race this guy, if you go for a straight run into the ladder, he will not grab you at all. So you should be Gucci. Make sure that zombie is dead. I already double checked, but you know, triple checking just in case, because we're that late into the run. Like, why not? These are fairly important to grab for the next upcoming boss, just for speed and dynamics. I just speed. Okay, so here's a pretty cool thing about this game, is that the bullet is actually not coming from the gun, it's coming out of the crosshair. So the gun can be like touching the wall, but if the crosshair is on the enemy, you will still shoot. Actually, to be fair, I don't really know where the shot comes from. It could be hit scan. This could be a literal hit scan, and the bullet doesn't have any trouble at all. It's just when you shoot, it appears in their head. It could be that. I don't know. It's probably hit scan. So by being here, the enemies won't tether to you. They will stay where they are. Sort of like the same thing we did with the hospital, which is nice. Okay, so a couple enemies left to deal with in this section of the lab. I think I do not go for the chest, or maybe I do. I don't know. We're gonna be facing off against the hunter, and this is the reason I actually bought the acid rounds. Now this is important. And I will say it now. You gotta wait for the hunter to do the full like sort of like flashy entrance that he likes to do, and then you go for the shot. If you do it before that, at least for me, I have not been able to stagger him, and it just sucks. Mind you, this was the first try of the day, and I was pretty nervous because I really wanted this run. I didn't want it to do this run again, to be honest. So here, walk past this box and he will appear. And then aim around here, wait for him to drop, and then you throw the acid. I think one shotgun is enough to kill him here, but I really need the shotgun shots, and I do not need the acid round as much. All the acid rounds are actually accounted for, every single one of them, so do not miss. Do not miss, or else you're gonna have to use shotgun rounds. Just so you know. And then our last flashbang, really important here. We're gonna use it for the tentacle dudes. This is something recent that I found out. I was like, hey, will this work? And thankfully it did. These guys are a pain in the ass, to be honest. I don't want to use magnum rounds in this, guys. So, Flash takes care of them conveniently enough. Gives me enough time to like put all these babies in there and then just dip out. No reasons to stay.
Shit, he got away. What was he doing in here?
We're gonna get the attachment for this magnum. The attachment is really important, or not really important. I don't really know how important it is. It is important to me for consistency's sake. I value consistency more than anything, and the reason behind I say it's important is because it increases the damage of the magnum rounds. Meaning it will kill.
We'll find the vaccine up
I'll be able to kill Nemesis at the speed that I kill Nemesis, which I want to, you know. So
Sure you don't need to stop?
this section, which is gonna be the rest of the lab, is actually not as hard as it for the
Let's get this done.
for a small section where I kind of messed up because I didn't know exactly when to attack. I am not gonna lie to you. When I heard those footsteps, I was completely scared because I didn't want to get hit, you know. And I don't see that cutscene as often. And when I heard those footsteps, I thought they were still playing. I was like still controlling the character, and I was gonna get hit. So that's how scared I was. Shoot the zombie here because the next time you come in, she will get up. So kill her now. Something that I haven't mentioned is I haven't used a single high powder gun, whatever it's called. And the reason is because I want to have them all for the magnum rounds, which is gonna be really important for the last two bosses. So before we dive into the next room that we're going to that we're going for, which is the zombies and the pale zombies, I noticed, I don't know if I'm completely accurate, but I kind of noticed that the zombies, the way it worked, the detections, in terms of the detection system, is actually like a radius. So if you're in their radius, they will aggro at you. So the way I play this up, what you're gonna see soon, is I played on that radius, based on that radius, and then also the fact that they cannot get out of the room, if I'm not mistaken. So you can shoot them from outside, except the zombies. Or the one zombie that is in there. The pales, they cannot get out of that room, as far as I'm concerned. So we kind of abuse that a little bit, but just only on one, just to reset him back to where he's supposed to go. But I play around their radius. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's how it works. It wouldn't be a square, you know. That would be dumb. Alright, Debs? Okay, no, just kidding. It might not be dumb. It might be even better. It might be even genius than using a circle. But I'm pretty sure they use a circle. Alright. Okay, so for here we're gonna need probably just one clip of the magnum round is enough. I think I don't think I had any needs to bring in the whole all the magnum rounds. The reason I did is just in case I miss. I do not want to miss though, but just in case I miss some headshots, then it's always good to be safe and just bring whatever you need. I'm gonna need all the explosive bees that I have. I'm looking for the last gunpowder. There you go. I think I reload and then leave the other two here because I need the space. Yeah. So I need all the S rounds I can get. You want to have 6 here. I think that's exactly what I get, or what I have. at the end. You're gonna need the six to just deal with the hunters. If you don't have 6, do not worry. Just one acid round and a shotgun shot, she'll deal with them on standard. It should be like that. Also, take out the mine runs, Blasty. Well, you don't need those. Take those shit out. Who needs mine rounds? What are you doing? Take them out. Maybe I use them just to meme it. No, I do use them. So magnum rounds for the next room that we're gonna enter, and we're gonna need some maybe 2 shotgun shots on 2 enemies in the same room, or a room close to it. Actually 3 shotgun shots, and then all the acid rounds that we're gonna get are for the hunters, and then flame rounds. There you go. Leave those mines. You don't need those, man. You Gucci. The flame rounds are for a couple other enemies at the end, and then that's about it. To be honest. Okay, so first off, this guy, since they're not tethered to the outside, I stay in the outside, shoot this guy, and then shot in the leg to just make the zombie come to me. I don't want to get inside the room, so I don't make the pills move. So I kill this guy, and then I enter the room. And so you want to enter the room towards the left, like in the corner, around the corners of the room. And I think that this pail here moves. Let me see. So I exit the room to sort of reset him, and then I walk back in. If these start to move, then basically you just walk out and walk back in, and they will be in the same spot. So now I play this I just play around the border of this room just so we don't trigger them. And boom. Done. And then comes the next one. And so here you see me, what I do is I wait. Right? Usually when I encounter enemies like this that I don't know what they're doing, I like to see their animation and see where they will reset at. And then I'll wait for that spot, and once their head meets to my crosshair, I shoot. Instead of chasing the head of the enemy, just wait till they line up with your crosshair and just shoot. Is the best way.
I might be able to use this to synthesize the vaccine.
Shotgun this enemy. Honestly, it's important to shotgun her because she will appear in the bottom later if you don't do that. And then this little guy here waiting for you to drop. You get close to him, wait for him to drop. You will shoot him. He will not show like he's dead, but he will die afterwards. And I think it's because he still has to go through dropping and then going through an animation, yada yada or something. And so he'll just go through a death animation the earliest possible moment that he can. Okay, so this was pretty smart of me now that I think about it. I think I go back to replenish some shotgun shots. Yeah, I think I reload here and I leave the shots back in. I mean the bullets. Yeah. So I decided to bring the pistol just to shoot the guy in the leg because I didn't want to waste any other bullets on the zombie, and I didn't want it to get really close to the room to aggro the pails and get them out of position. I wanted them to be exactly where they were. So the bullet, the bringing the pistol for that part I think was pretty smart. The only thing is you're gonna have to backtrack. I mean, just walk back to the box to just leave it. I'm gonna pick up the acid rounds there. I think we'll have a total of 4 so far, and then we should pick up another explosive B that will let us have 2 extra acid rounds, which will be a total of 6. One thing I want to mention, guys, if you guys have been enjoying the gameplay so far in the commentary, first of all, tell me your thoughts. If you like this play-by-play, do you want me to like talk less or talk more? I think it's completely subjective, your opinion, but I like to hear everybody's opinion. It might give me a really good idea of like how should I direct my content in the future, in what way. Also, please leave a like and a sub if you know. I do these kind of stuff often, like runs and then all bosses no hits and commentaries and guides. So you're gonna wanna shoot with the shotgun. Check out the first zombie that comes out. I think like 10 times out of 10 he will come out. I don't think I've done this 10 times. I don't know how many times I've gone all the way to lab, but the times I've done it, run wise, he always comes first, and then the technical dudes, and then the pale zombie. So shoot the guy in the head with a shotgun, and then walk away and use flame rounds from these guys. They will just stay here, and they will die. Both of them. If you aim it well, 2 flame rounds each, which should be enough. If you don't miss and you hit them directly, 2 flame rounds, which should be enough. Get close to bring out the pale guy, and then this guy is the tricky shit of like knowing when to like shoot him. I got a pretty lucky shot there, or not a really lucky shot. If you pay attention to his animation, you'll see that it goes for like a crazy headbang wobble kind of shit, you know, back and forth, and then he'll go for like a more subtle head movement, and then he will go for an aggressive one, and then, you know. So I was waiting for him to calm down and then go for the shot. So here comes the hunters, and this is one other red flag now that I think about it, but I did address this really early. But red flag because I knew I could have gotten hit, and I got hit. So there's gonna be an acid round for each. Now here's important: shoot the first one and then shoot the second one. Don't rush it. Shoot this guy, and then shoot this guy, and then wait for the first one to end. And then shoot him again. Luckily for me, both of them got hit by the third one. There you go. I don't know why I brought the shotgun out, because I had another acid round, I think. I guess I was scared because usually it's supposed to be 4 on the other 2. And then 2 on him, but I screwed up and I missed with the first one. I think I shot too soon. But 2 each should kill them. If not, you can just do 1 each and then a shotgun. The reason I want you to like wait is because if you throw the acid round too soon, the first one will die in time for the third one to come out and the second one to like finish his whole animation. So you'll have to deal with both of them at the same time. And so you want to do it in an order where both of them are still staggered, or one is dead, the other one is staggered, and the other one comes out of the capsule. You don't want to have to deal with one of them ending the stagger animation and the other one coming out of the capsule, because it will result in a hit, right? So hit the first one, hit the second one, wait for the first one animation to end, hit him again, right? And then hit the third one. Or something like that, I don't really know. Now that I think about it, there might be a chance that you still have to deal with the other one. Now that I think about it, it might be better to just shoot him quickly. I don't really know, dude. I think shooting him quickly is better. Shoot the first one, shoot the second one, and then quickly shoot the third one. I mean, shoot the first one again, so he dies sooner, and then you can deal with the third one and the second one, or something like that. God damn it! Practice on your own. You'll find a way. No, just kidding. I think the first way I told you, the second one will still be staggered by the time you shoot the third one, and then you'll be able to alternate onto the second one, and then back to the third one. I think that's how I actually planned it out. Just play out the animations. So here I want to have 24 explosives, 6 flame rounds, all the magnum rounds you can get, and all the shotgun shells you can get. To be honest, I actually have a pretty good amount of shotgun shells. Usually my strat that I have for this boss fight is around 11 bullets and then full clip, and I have 17 instead of 11, which is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Grenades important. I was thinking here, what the hell did I need it? Because usually I do not have an extra slot at all, and I was like, this slot is not supposed to be available, and I was like, what do I need? Then I noticed the grenade. I was like, holy shit, grenades are super important. They are very important. Well, not actually. Yeah, they are. At least one of them. One of them is important. The other one is like for making sure that he's dead. So I'll explain beforehand how it all goes down. Alright? Usually I kind of want to have more bullets. Even though I have like a handful of bullets right now. I don't need that much now that I think about it. But the way I do it is I use explosive to stagger this guy. We're going to go into a stagger palooza. Wait till Blasting notices. He's like, oh shit! The grenades! That's what I needed. We're going to go into a stagger palooza. Now, the difference between flames and explosive is that the flame will only stagger him if he is not burned anymore. So if you see flames on him and you throw another flame round, he will not get staggered. Whereas the explosive rounds will stagger every single time you shoot him. So knowing how both of these work, the reason I pick up the flames besides that is also because I need another round so I can switch with. Because I'm gonna need to do a fast reload is the only way I could consistently beat this guy without having him say something about it. We don't let this guy do anything in this whole fight. Anything in this whole fight. You'll see. So it's gonna be, we're gonna do 3 shots of explosive to get to the other side where the shotgun shells are. Wait for him to look at you. Shoot him again. Fall back. He's gonna look at you. Wait. Shoot again. And then we're gonna get the shotgun here. And here's gonna be basically alternate between explosive shot, 3 shotgun shots, explosive shot, 3 shotgun shots. So 3 here. We're gonna do an explosive. I'm supposed to reload here after this one right here. So I reload explosive by switching in and out, staggering him again so I can reload my shotgun shots, and then another explosive to stagger him, and bada bing bada boom. Now this next shot is to stagger him so he doesn't go for the cry, because this counts as a hit. Get close to him, empty the clip, he's gonna run away. Reload. You're gonna want to switch to flame rounds to kill the next 2 zombies. Take your time, aim well, switch back to explosive rounds. Bring out your handgun and wait for him to like land, you know. So now you're gonna go for 6 shots of the magnum round here. 6 shots. You're gonna bring out your grenade. 1 grenade. Bring out your magnum again. Reload. Explosive shots. Interrupt this. Wait for him to move, and then interrupt him again, because he can do another attack, and this will make him just go away. There. No more need for the shotgun. You're gonna hold on to explosive shots and kill the next 2 zombies with the explosive shots. Shoot there. Empty the whole clip on this motherfreaker. And he's dead. This is just to make sure, Kobe, but it doesn't make it.
I have to get that that vaccine.
So lastly is Nemesis 4. Now I performed the one cycle here on Nemesis. The Magnum is really important, and the reason is because he has this little places you gotta shoot, and the way it works is that if you do not kill them in one hit, they will throw projectiles, and those projectiles are random, and we want to eliminate that completely. And the way to eliminate is to one-shot them, and so that's why the shotgun, the Magnum is actually very important. I used to use handgun until I discovered that. And so we're just gonna need 4 shots, and we're gonna make sure the 4th shot is close to where we need to our objective. In the beginning, a lot of his attacks are really easy to like dodge, or not easy to dodge. If you stay in one spot, he will miss most of them, which is like on the corner left. You're gonna see now. But there's one attack specific that he will do that you can evade it by just walking forward. So this attack, if you stay in the corner, it will not do anything. Walk forward here, shoot, and then interact with this. And if you do this whole part right, his next attack should always be a sweep from his right side, never an attack from a left side. Out of the 10 times that I did it, 10 out of 10, it was always a sweep from his right side. After interacting with this, you're gonna do 3 dashes. 1, 2, 3, and you should land directly in here. Interact with this, and then you're gonna do 3 dashes out to make sure you're far away from this spot, so he doesn't decide to go for another attack. There goes the sweep. So far guaranteed in my book, and you one cycle this guy. But yeah, the one thing that you always gotta pay attention to him is don't be greedy to go for 3 shots and then the 4th shot. He will sometimes do an overhead. That overhead, you can just run diagonally left from where I'm standing in that corner, and he will miss. You try to do a dash just in case, and then if he goes for the cry, he will do the same overhead. Just input a dash. Just smash the dash button, and he will miss as well. He will whiff, right? As long as you're like doing the dash and the dash diagonally left forward,
I can still catch it.
he should miss. At least for me, he misses every single time. If you're fast, if you're mashing, and then no more overhead. You just gotta pay attention to the animation and know when he's gonna go for it. I almost missed that shot, by the way. I almost missed that shot.
I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel. What about him?
And that's about it. My Resident Evil no hit run.
There's a price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Who are you working for?
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever you want. You're a fool. You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
I don't mind a little detective work.
But yeah, guys. I think I'm world's first ever no hit run.
Right?
I'm pretty sure. I think I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. I haven't seen any speedruns of standard difficulty, but I'm guessing I'm world's first. If I'm world's first no damage run, like single segment, I'm not completely sure. Maybe I think I am. I do not know. Don't really mind or care. But yeah. The only stagger we got was from Nemesis 2 is because it can sort of be unavoidable by staggering him again.
It's finally over.
But I think it's scripted. So it's okay. Yeah, my bad for that. That's actually my chat
as the heat from the blast washed over
after the run.
All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed. I decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
I want to say, I hope they bring more Nemesis games. I mean, more Jill, Resident Evil, like starting Jill games, please. Will be cool. I would like to see where this goes. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been my full run. I'm really happy that I got this. So I can move on to other games. If you're ever interested in this kind of stuff that I do, which is like me doing variety no-hit runs, I stream every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I'm currently undergoing Dark Souls Remastered and Hollow Knight. After that, we will be going for Nier Automata no-hit run. I think we're gonna do the first playthrough, which is playthrough A or ending A, and then we have also Ninja Gaiden Black. And I think fully confirmed we got on the list also Mega Man Battle Network 6 Falsar and then Bayonetta. It's an exciting year for me. I'm looking forward to it. Kind of been wanting to branch off from Souls genre, kind of, you know. So I'm happy that I can go for stuff like this, like Resident Evil, Remnant from the Ashes, Momodora, Nier, Ninja Gaiden, those kind of stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did narrating it for you guys. This has been a play-by-play by yours truly, Hey Blasty. I will repeat it again. If you enjoy this, please just leave a follow. Please leave a sub, like the video, and comment on things you think you will like to see on my play-by-play commentary of my runs. And I hope to see you guys on the next video. Take care.